Hey, it's Tommy with Brotherhood of the Bearded Pigs. Weather isn't really cooperating with some fine riding weather today, but I figured it'd be a good opportunity to go over my new side case system I have, the RIGID cases. I wasn't really a fan of the OEM cases, the design, the function, and not sure if they were really going to be that durable. So I figured if something's going to be not that durable, then I should customize it, and it was a fun little project to do. So we'll begin with a walk around, which I'll put in here, but I'd like to mention that everything I had in the OEM cases I was able to fit in these RIGID cases, and they worked pretty well. And I did this quick release system, and I mounted them in a way that's fairly easy to see here. I can get right in here and everything drops down and rests right in there. So everything I had in the OEM panniers, you can see I fit right into these, and it's easy to get on and off, and everything fits pretty darn well, and it's all self-contained and easily removable. Here you can see how I mounted them. Just some nice 10mm bolts I was able to secure with some washers right to the pannier racks, and it's very durable system, and with a lock washer system, so it didn't vibrate loose. And you can see these are the screws from the cable system. I still actually have been having a little bit more room in there. Got quarter oil, some straps, tarp, spoons. I got my aluminum crutch, rain gear, and my mini tire pump. Here you can see these are just some aluminum pieces that I was able to fabricate using a 3/4 inch end mill that I ran for the tubing that comes with the bike, and then I was able to drill and tap for 10mm bolts right there. And you can see from my little marker marks, I just kind of penciled out using some double adhesive tape right onto where it was on the frame, and mounted my tool tube as well. I think it's a much better aesthetic that way, instead of having it be on top of my Apache case. And then on the inside you can see that it does actually hold a considerable amount. Inside here I got some fishing tackle, insect repellent, some pledge wipes to cleaning screens and headlights, and my helmet visor, roll of duct tape, bottle of water, some baby powder and dish soap for emergency tire things, some sunscreen, a high visibility vest, a fishing pole, a spare tube, and a hammock. All that inside this case. I think that's pretty cool. Another thing I appreciate about these RIGID cases is they're designed to be snapped together, so they come with this. And I figured it'd be something I could strap on to additional lashing to be able to strap things out here if I need to, or even bring the handles up here on either side to be able to help secure a load that's behind my seat. And you'll be able to see this is all pretty rigid. I can pick the back of the bike up pretty easily. One thing about these handles that are on this back of the case, when I was riding with Bear on our recent trip to Interlaken, he asked me what the sound was. Kept hearing a thumping noise, and I couldn't hear anything where I was riding, but apparently the wind was making this kind of flap back and forth and slap against the cases. And once we identified that, we were able to eliminate it. So I may or may not try to remedy that at some point, but in the meantime, it doesn't bother me as a rider. I also like to give an update on my Dunlop Trail Max missions. Last season, I had a considerable amount of problems with this rear tire going flat on me. Even getting about 30 miles total of wear on empty, the tires show remarkably little wear. The guy that helped me put in the fix for it was to install a rim lock, and I run a little bit higher PSI. So now I feel 100% confident on being able to do fast accelerations and stops and go off-road and rugged terrain, and I'll be quite pleased with that. Another new addition that we have to the bike this year is the installation of my Tusk Olympus tank bag, and it's come in super handy. I'm able to fit more material in them, keep my riding gloves there. I do have a map installed there. GPS isn't always reliable on remote areas. I'd like to make a note that this entire system I've set up would cost me only about $100.